I did want to tell you that I just updated grades and some of you are missing things. I think I put in a textbook grade and I put in the Nearpod grade and there was one other. Oh, and I put in this direct object pronoun and command practice from yesterday. So I just put in 3 more grades. I don't know. Why don't you take 30 seconds to check right now? Because grades dropped a lot for some of you. For some of you, obviously they didn't. So remember, my policy is if you're missing something, you know, get it to me as soon as possible. I'll give you about a week where I'll take it for partial credit and then I'm kind of done with it. If it is something that, I don't know, like the Nearpod or the textbook, I don't know. You know what? It's always best just to email me if you do something late and let me know that you've done it so that I don't miss it. Ok, Shirley, podemos hablar. Después de clase, probablemente. So I'm pausing. You're looking at Skyward. Again, just stay on top of stuff. Like I said, check it twice a week, beginning of the week, end of the week. And then I just happened to be thinking about it. The Nearpod was the assignment from Monday. So Monday, remember, was like the e-learning day. So I will always have something for you on Monday, except for next Monday, because we don't have school. And it was the Nearpod that I asked you to do for me. It was on vocab. So on that, I made that one just worth 5 points, but it is possible they would be worth more in the future. Yes, you can still do it. What I was looking for, I kind of just scanned through. Some of you got 5 out of 5 if you had done everything. You maybe got 3 out of 5 if you'd done some things, maybe 1 out of 5 if you'd done a couple things. I mean, there were like 5 or 6 different activities and they're really easy, matching and filling in the blank and drawing some pictures and then some more matching. So make sure that, yeah, you just stay on top of your stuff. Okay, it's still early, but let's not dig a hole. So if you have a question about something, I'm gonna kind of move on now, but just be aware of things. And yeah, like I said, I'll take things for about a week. So I'm not gonna take it all 9 weeks like I did last semester, but you know, I'll give you at least half credit-ish, maybe even more if you're missing something and you still want to turn it in. It's been about a week. Okay, if you have an individual question, like I said, either stick around after on the Zoom, or you can always come to my student support hours or right after this, right at 10:30. Okay, so let's transition back together here. You do have a quiz tomorrow, and it is over 2 things, direct object pronouns and commands. So I want to make sure we go over those. You had a practice on that from yesterday that I want to look at, and you know, that practice is pretty similar to what you can expect on your quiz. My quizzes are on Canvas, and I don't know, I usually give you most of the period to work, and then we're going to start an activity today that you can finish up after the quiz tomorrow. So let's just, I think probably the easiest place to look is just go to your current lesson, and let's go ahead and look at the practice activity from yesterday. And let's make sure that you are understanding that. And then if you have any further questions, obviously you can ask. So what I need you to do is go to your current lesson. I will screen share, but I want you to look at your own. So current lesson, that first one, numero uno, repaso de direct object pronouns and commands, right there. Click on that. And basically, I want you to look at your own. I know I'm screen sharing, but you can minimize me, pull up your own. The first 4 are direct object pronouns. So I want you to look at those very carefully right now. And I'm going to re-explain them one more time. Let's just focus on 1 through 4. And you double check yourself. If you have a question, obviously you can let me know. So let's look at number 1 together. I called you. So the question for a direct object is who or what. So in this case, who did I call? You. So we've got this little word te that needs to be in there. So if it doesn't have a te in it, it's out. So that eliminates 2 right off the bat. Now, I called you. In Spanish, we know there is 1 verb, there is 1 option. That little te has to go before the verb, right? So if you're looking through, find where the te is right in front of llame. So yo te llame. Number 2, pretty similar. He eats it. What does he eat? Pizza. Pizza is a feminine word, so you need the word la, and it needs to come before your verb. Number 3, We buy them. Same thing, them this time, camisa, shirts. So that them should come before the word buy. Number 4 has 2 verbs, 2 options. Either the la for leche comes before the first verb, before van, which it doesn't look like I gave you that option. So then the other choice is for it to come on the end of the second verb. So beber la. Ellos van a beber la. So that's what you need to know about direct objects. You need to know lo and la, los and las, me, te, and nos, and where they go. Anybody have a quick question on that? Just that, those 4 things on direct objects. Anything I can clear up for you on your quiz specifically or in general about direct object pronouns? Okay, so I'm going back to the quiz now. If you look at the number 5, to form a positive to command, you put the verb in the el, ella, usted form. And then I gave you a bunch to try. Some did have a little stem change like jugar and dormir. Otherwise, you just put them in the he, she form. Then for the second one, you had those irregulars. You should be saying in your head that little expression. See if you can remember it before I say it. Did, go from there. Okay, you should have said, did Sal Ponce Beben has 10? And then you have to know how to use that. You need to know that the Sal goes with salir, and the pon goes with poner, and the ve goes with ear. It doesn't do you any good if you don't understand what verbs they match up with. All right, so tomorrow's quiz, you'll be writing out a bunch of commands. I will tell you the regulars and the irregulars will be mixed together. So I'm not going to tell you these are regular, these are irregular. Okay, they're all going to be mixed up together. So you need to be looking for ear, or looking for salir, or looking for poner. All right. No, there is no vocab on this quiz. I mean, yeah, really no. Okay, I'm going to do vocab quiz next week. So I'm giving you a little more time. And then we'll do more like reading and probably listening as we continue working on vocab next week. This is really just those 2 topics. So what else can I go over? Any specific ones you need me to help you with? Now would be a great time to ask. Okay, I'm never trying to surprise you. I try really hard to just tell you what's on it, let you do lots of practice, and then you do the quiz. This is me pausing. If you have any questions, please ask. You can put the number in the chat or a general question in the chat, or you can unmute and just ask. Okay, well, then I am going to assume that you've got these topics under control, or you will by tomorrow. I will screen share real quick and just show you 2 quick things. So one, on the homepage, remember if you go to, like in slow motion, hold on, too many things open. I do have a lot of things open. Come on. Internet maybe? I don't know what's going on. I don't think I have it open anywhere else. Well, I'll just tell you. So on my homepage, right, there's that. Oh yeah, my internet is unstable. Hopefully you can hear me. All right, here we go. Class resources right here. Ugh. All right, there you go. Direct object pronoun notes and positive to command notes. So everything you need is right there under class resources. The other thing I was going to show you is under your current lesson for today. I did link the Quizlet practice for the irregular to commands. So I can't seem to get that up right this second, but it'll probably pop up in a minute. And that link is there. Okay, any other questions for me? Oh, hello. I think my internet is unstable today. Can you hear me? Am I here? Yeah, okay. So did anybody have any final questions about the quiz for tomorrow? Everybody knows where to find your notes under class resources? Okay. So also use that practice that we just went over to review tonight. That would be my recommendation. Okay, so let me show you what I want us to work on for the rest of the period. I have a little activity using your commands and your vocab. So if you haven't looked at it, I will pull it up right now for you to look with me. And then I'm really just going to give you the rest of the period to work. So let me screen share it. All right, so here's today's current lesson. So we're going to go right here. ¿Cómo se va? Right? How do you go somewhere? Giving directions. So let's look at this assignment together here. And make sure you're paying attention so you know what you need to do. Then, like I said, I'm going to give you the rest of the period to work today, and then you'll have time to work on this if you don't finish after the quiz tomorrow. All right, so you are going to pick a real or made up place. I don't care where. You could pick North Central. You could pick your favorite restaurant. You could pick your friend's house. It really doesn't matter. All right, so you're going to give some directions to that place. Okay, like turn left, go straight, past North Central, I don't know, through the intersection. So those are your kind of things that you're thinking about here. So here's what it says. Number 2, you're going to write out a minimum of 5 simple sentences in Spanish, giving directions to your place. Okay, you're going to need to use a total of 10 different vocab words and or 2 commands from chapter 3 in each sentence. So I linked yourself here. This should be your vocab list. Okay. An example sentence in Spanish would be, ve derecho por 5 cuadras. All right. That is a complete sentence. That means go straight for 5 blocks. That would count as one sentence, one of your 5, and it has 2 vocab expressions in it, ve derecho and cuadras. So 2 of the 10 vocab words and commands that you need. So my thought here is that if you did 2 in each sentence, you would only need 5 sentences. If you do 1 in a sentence, then you will need more. That's why it says a minimum of 5 sentences. So I want a minimum of 5 sentences, but you need to use 10 different vocab words or expressions. Okay, different is the key here. Here's some examples. All right. So picture wherever you're trying to get. You're going to say things like, I already gave you go straight. That could be one. Turn right, turn left, cross the street, stop at the corner, pass the intersection. There's tons of stuff. If you pull up your vocab, right, you can come up with way more than 5 sentences, but I'm only asking for 5. All right. What am I looking for? I am looking for, in your 5 sentences, 5 correct commands. So if you use an irregular word like go, you would use the word ve. If you use a regular verb like turn, you would just say dobla, or cross, cruza, right? You just put it in the he, she form. That's all you have to do. All right. And then I'm looking for 10 different vocab words. So I will count them, or you can underline them for me, or you can highlight them like I did. I want to see 10 different expressions from your vocab. So like I said, this would count as 2. All right, now let me explain number 4 very carefully, especially if you did not have me first semester. I want you to really listen here. When I say keep it simple, I need this super simple. I do not want you using Google Translate or you're going to get no credit, is where I'm going with this. I want you to use your vocab list. I want you to form a command by putting it in the he, she form. And I want you to try not to look up any extra words, because you're going to share these and I don't want them to be too complicated. All right, it says I will not give you credit if it appears Google Translate has been used for more than a word or 2. All right, listen, cross the street. Cross is vocab, the street is vocab. There's nothing to look up. You just use your vocab list. Turn right, vocab. Turn left, vocab. Pass the intersection, vocab. Okay, there is no reason that you are writing these out and then translating them. That is not what I want. Okay, so you can turn this in here. It's there's no pictures required, so you can either type it right on here or you can type it on a document and then upload it. I am just looking for 5 really good sentences. All right, this is due, as it says back here, basically tomorrow night. Okay, so that means you've got today to work, and then you've got see, it says due Thursday night. So you've got today to work. Tonight, I want you just studying for your quiz. And then tomorrow you take your quiz. And then after the quiz, you can work. So it is due tomorrow, like by midnight. So before class on Friday. Okay. So tell me what questions you have. Otherwise, I'm happy to let you get to it. Preguntas, anything for the go to the group? Anything unclear? Anthony. Oh, sorry. Maggie, go ahead. And then Anthony. Go ahead, Maggie.
Can you say like, oh, like turn onto this street and like say the street name?
Yes, absolutely. And if you want to say on the word, like if you want to say turn on Spring Mill or whatever, you'd say N. So, I
Okay.
mean, that's the kind of thing. If you need to look up that little word, you can, but I'm just telling you it's N.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Anthony?
Are we able to get off Zoom to do this? Like, or do you want us to like stay on Zoom?
Oh, yeah. No, as soon as I get questions, I'll let you leave Zoom.
All the shrimp bar. I just saw all three.
Great. Okay. Any other questions for the good of the group? Okay. So if you're comfortable, you know what to study for tomorrow, you know what you're doing for this little assignment, and you are going to go back and look at Skyward and fill in anything that you have as a 0 and then message me about it. I am happy to say hasta luego, and I will see you for your quiz tomorrow. Stick around if you have questions, please. Okay. My internet's not working very well, guys.